I don't want to talk about the horrible settlements anymore. Today let's look at one of the best places to build your home in Fallout 4. Nordhagen Beach, or Nordhagen Beach, I don't know. This one has a lot of open space for you to play with. It allows you to build quite high up and has access to water, allowing you to install water purifiers and build some nice pier or dock-like structures. And it is also neat for the Brotherhood of Steel characters, as it is very close to Prydwen and the Boston airport. What I wanted here is a trade hub, with all the possible traders at tier 3, allowing me to make decent caps. I wanted the outlook of a seaside port settlement. I also discovered a neat mod called Snap and Build when working here, which instantly inspired me to build something like a town hall. This clean, neat, civilized-looking stone wall build set from Snap and Build combined with the wooden shack buildings hugging the shore gives this place something of a 19th century colonial vibe, sort of. Especially that the town has no electricity. There is plenty of oil lamps instead, making everything moody and somewhat Christmassy. Thanks to some other mods, the town hall is somewhat functional as well. People gather there to listen to a scavenger pretending to make a speech, and there is my salvage team dispatcher radio there, allowing me to send all the heavy junk to wherever I need it. Let's just start the tour. Right, dear viewer, let's start with the least successful part of the town, actually. This normal standard accommodations for the settlers. The pier shacks are really embarrassing. I'm not going to show you them. Just some beds and bedrolls in a really small shack. And this absolutely needless, unnecessary 1x1 tower, well, I mainly built it because once upon a time I thought I will have a city wall around this place here, with towers like this every few steps. However, first of all, that would be an enormous amount of work, and secondly, I already have like a solid 3 seconds freeze frame when I approach this place, so I had to stop, because of course the settlement is extended, this time with console commands. The build limit is extended. Yes, as you can see, nothing special, not much you can squeeze in a 1x1 space, so this tower is a meh. Somebody likes Grognak, at least there's a little trace of personality over there. And there is an office somewhere like this one. Oh, a technical document. Nice. That's a money for me. That's a money. Here we have the top. Yeah, that's the main reason, and probably the only reason for this tower to exist. Our friend Rocky here has a fat man, and he is fully equipped. My new uniform, I mean his uniform, but I designed this combination of armor paints and jumpsuits, and looks really overdone. It's way too gold. That's the point. That is the point. We go down now. I mean downstairs. I'm not going down yet. Now, can I avoid hurting anyone? Yep. Yeah, and now to the port district sort of place. That is somebody's bedroom, I believe. Or maybe that's the clinic's bedroom. Yes, I think it is. So let's go through the clinic. Yeah, that's the patient's area for the clinic. As you can see, this one is more decorated with paintings and even a medkit and a little bit of a sort of background realism like that. That's the doctor. You are not hungry, we import a lot of food, Jesse, stop complaining. So yeah, this is the clinic, the main clinic, and the clinic's assistant, secretary, Jesse. She actually is a guard. She doubles as a guard, she gives the defense value to the settlement by sitting here and filing her reports, basically. And sometimes going up here to the recreation / rehabilitation area for the clinic upstairs with and by shooting this here pole she also improves the safety. That's settlement markers mod for you. And what do we have here? I tend to get a bit lost in my own builds. There is a bum homeless person sleeping area here. Oh yes, this is of course a clothing shop. This time slightly excessively decorated with too many mannequins, but that's what I do. And your name is Amber, and your clothes are falling off the racks as it is usual. I don't remember what mod this comes from, but this is of course the good neighbor lady, the Hermiona something Fiona. No, what's her face? That lady that sings in Good Neighborhood. Another shop. This time, of course, as you can guess by the surrounding area, is a general store with junk. Mainly, well, for me, the main use for a general store is buying and selling junk. Well, mainly buying for all the builds, with a recreational sort of smoking area here, going directly to the pier with the look at the golf, and this here is our town's inn tavern sort of place with a bar, of course, bar stools around it, some small tables, not a lot of space here, so some small tables. Sometimes people even dance here. There is no singer, I don't think, in this place. Now the accommodations here in the inn are really embarrassing. I hope she does not charge too much for it, for a bunk bed, a place in a bunk bed. And again we have, I'm confused, but so is Leslie, so that's okay. And of course there is this here recreation place again with a coffee shop that coffee shop lady decided to abandon for some reason. Right, let's get back to the business. Our doctor's assistant looks a little bit pissed, and the coffee shop lady decided to abandon her position to hug this guard here. Yeah, I believe you. I totally, absolutely believe you. She's dressed in something from a mod called Wasteland fashion, I believe. That's a nice, really nice fashion mod. And get back to work, fellas. Sometimes I get scared that we are under attack because I hear gunfire. And that's only because there is a training area at the top of this here building, which is Barracks, I decided. This is Barracks for my armed forces, and for a gun shop and an armor shop. Sometimes Elena likes to stand in my way, but you can see I can buy guns here or sell ammo most likely, and that's my main use for this place. There is some training punching bags here, and of course some stations for crafting stations. I have more of that in my house, and there is another radio station, desk job even for the soldiers, and right, the actual barracks, so the sleeping area, and up here the shooting range area. Our friend Sterling here really enjoys using it. He's probably the only person who uses it regularly, because he improves safety this way. Again, settlement activity markers mod.
Been too long since I picked a fight.
Yeah, Kate is eager to have a fight and a smoke. Nice. A farm area has been slightly expanded. As you can see, there is a little bit of mute fruit. Nothing to write home about, but I wanted this place to create some food so we don't have to import everything, especially that I already have a few settlements that produce 0 to no food. Right, now this is the aforementioned town hall with my car parked in front of it, and some very, very naughty boy here serving his time for being very naughty. The walk to the town hall is really nice for me, especially in the evening. Of course, now it's not the same, and once the main light goes down, the oil lamps start to really work out, and it looks something like this. As you can see, you know, atmosphere, background, sort of nice, believable place for having a debate or a discussion about what to do next, or maybe even have a court case. Who knows? This was sort of the idea behind this here place. Things that require public attention from everybody, because of course I am not just a tyrant. Sometimes I do consult people about what to do, not too frequently, but sometimes if it's required, and we can have a gathering here and discuss stuff. There is my salvager team dispatcher here and another guard here, I believe. Oh no, that's a journalist chair. That's an even smaller mod. She creates happiness, I believe, by writing good stuff about me. That's what journalists do. There is a gym, as in all of my settlements, mostly. Now, there is no electricity, so you may ask, why the hell do you have a power cycle? Well, now you won't see it because I already did it, and for a while it's going to be useless for me. But there is an endurance boost you can trigger by using this yourself. This is not for my settlers. They won't use it because it's not powered. However, I can get an endurance boost, and sometimes it doesn't fire. But what you do if it doesn't fire, you use another boost, for example a strength boost or the agility boost from that other device, right? The strength boost, as you can see, is now mine. There was the notification in upper left corner, and maybe hopefully I will get my endurance boost now. Yes, I do. At least the pop-up claims I do. Do I actually get it? Not entirely convinced. I will need to double check. Don't quote me on that. That's not a guide for abusing paracycle objects. This is actually my house here. Now there isn't a decent view on my house, maybe with the exception from the barracks over there. But this is, let's say, my house. With the stuff for my settlers, well, the intent is to put some weapons and ammo for the settlers here, and something I would like to send to other workshops here, because that's a long story, never mind. Sometimes I have to send some stuff to other workshops, and I use the salvager team mod to design this as a pickup point for the salvagers. Designate, not design, designate. Still slightly a public space. The first floor is still a little bit of a public space. As you can see, there is a waiting area here and another waiting area here with a water dispenser and even a cigarette machine and some toilets. Well, one toilet, and there's even a newspaper rack here, as if I really cared. I think the only newspaper we could have here is the Piper rag from Diamond City. That's just unnecessary. Now, a refrigerator from Home Decor Creation, coffee maker in the kitchen, and the entire kitchen is, you know, slightly frugal but also nice, with proper flooring, and just I like using it. It's just believable enough as the kitchen. What else? We have two huge, I don't even know what to call it. Is it a terrace? It's not exactly a balcony, since it doesn't stick out. It rests on top of the lower floor, which is slightly wider than the upper floor, and hence we have an open space here. Is it a terrace? A terrace? Shouldn't the terrace be covered, or is it a veranda? It's really complicated, this stuff. The covered one is a veranda, right? And this is a terrace. Shouldn't the terrace be downstairs? It's too complicated. Anyway, I use these here doors that close itself after a while. That's rather useful, and they are glass, made out of glass, which sort of works nicely with the amount and size of the windows I used here. With a lot of paintings and candles and oil lamps, another recreation sort of area to sit down and relax and maybe have a cup of tea or a coffee. Here my crafting area with another coffee maker and chemistry station, all that you would expect. I like doing it in this exact order. I started to place my workbenches in a specific order. Armor, so I start from my left, and there's armor, weapons, chems, and buffs. In this exact order. Somehow I seem to remember the best what I was going to do, what I had planned for all the crafting in this order. Not sure why. Now we have my bedroom, very, very stylish, with the noir set, build set, furniture set from the Creation Club here, a classic radio turned on, and my own private little gym area. Oh yeah, and it has these nice here curtains. This is the only properly purple object, pretty much one of the few properly purple objects in the entire workshop menu, and that bothers me, because of course, you know, this gold on this dude and on all the guards is inspired with the Byzantine Empire, also known as the Eastern Roman Empire, and I wanted to sort of convey his own fascination with the Eastern Roman Empire. And it so happens that this color, this purple sort of color, is very often frequently associated with the Byzantine Empire, especially in strategy games. For some reason, it's always the color of the Byzantine Empire, the sort of purple, dark pink or purple, and I wanted to have a lot of purple flags, and maybe nobody made a flag, a purple flag with a two-headed eagle on it. Unfortunately, on the Nexus, that's a shame. So I will start signaling my inspirations with the window curtains. Apparently, that's what I can do, at least. And here is, well, the rather uninteresting roof place with a power armor station. That's basically what the roof is for. I tend to place my power armor station really high up on the top of my house, usually for reasons that are a mystery, even for me. Maybe I like jumping off of it, but that does not apply here because this roof is closed off. So no, still don't have an answer. So yes, there is quite a lot to take in here in this little town. I think it's mostly finished. Unfortunately, due to the size of this settlement spot, it often feels a tad unfinished and not very detailed when compared to some of my other builds. And I probably, if I wanted it to be properly detailed the way I like it to be, first of all, the lag would be unbearable, would soon become unbearable. And secondly, I would be spending so much time here. Like, I think it's 20 hours of building must be put here. Unfortunately, I did not take a note of the time when it was started, on the playthrough time when it was started. So I can't be sure, but it is a considerable amount of time spent on simply giving this place a proper vibe, and a lot of interesting places, or at least as many as I could figure out how to build. And I don't really see. I would need to spend twice or thrice as much time on top of everything I already did to really give it the level of detail I would like to see. So I'm not sure, maybe at some point after I finish the actual playthrough with this guy and do all the quests I want, maybe I will just pop in every now and again. I will reload his this character and just exclusively for building, maybe because he really likes building and I enjoy building quite a lot. It's been nice talking to you. And let me know what you think about the settlement and share your ideas for the settlement, because this one actually has a lot of potential. And we will see each other again. Bye bye.